inspire, empower, grab your girls and soar a little higher. Unlock the fire in you, 'cause real women don't bitch, no. Real women don't, 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 real women don't bitch.
Hey, thank you for joining me on the Real Women Don't Bitch podcast. This is your proud host, August Crenshaw, aka Mrs. Raw, Real, and Relentless. I am the #1 advanced mental conditioning specialist for entrepreneurs because building mental muscle is necessary in order to implement successful business strategies. This show has been created for the woman who is not excuse-driven and needs help building a profitable business. I will be interviewing women from various fields who are willing to break the silence on struggles that specifically affect female entrepreneurs. Welcome to a show where I and guest speakers from time to time share our methods that help us beast our business no matter what is going on in our lives. Whether you are an online or brick and mortar business owner, this show is for you. We will hit every angle, personal, professional, and spiritual. Why? Because on any given day, you get hit with shit from a scenario involving one, more, or perhaps all of the above. It all impacts you and your mindset towards your business. I have made it my personal mission to provide a space where we dive deep into the BS we face on a day-to-day basis. Hey ladies, you know sometimes the conversations here have to get sensitive, and today I want to talk about how some things that you thought were good in your life have actually caused you to develop some very poor characteristics. A lot of you are walking around and you've been traumatized and you don't even know it, because typically when we think trauma, we think really bad, like someone had to have been raped or molested or beat up or harassed on a continuous basis. But a lot of times the things that we go through, they aren't that heinous, but yet they still have a traumatic effect on us. There was this young lady that I was working with, and I have this program where I help people develop their confidence. And one of the first things we were doing was looking at how she has set goals in the past and what did that prove about her personality. And she had this situation where she was raised by a single mom. Initially, her parents were together and they had a lot of money, but after the divorce, because the father had done some things and lost the money, they ended up having to live in the ghetto, didn't have a lot of money. This young lady was very, very, very smart. And her mother told her, you know what, you're probably not going to go to college because I can't afford to get you there. You really should just plan on not being able to go. And what ended up happening for her is she started blazing a trail to get to college because she really wanted to go. That meant she filled out a scholarship application after scholarship application, and she talked to counselors, and she did everything she could to figure out how to get funding for college, to the degree that she ended up having some overflow. She had extra money after school started, and she did that all the way through. And this was phenomenal, right? When you look at it, that says that, you know, she's very goal oriented, she's task oriented, she's focused, she's dedicated. By breaking all of this stuff down, we saw a lot of amazing things with her. But as we were working and it was time to develop some things in her business that were going to require her to need help, she was very reluctant to let someone help her. I had to go back to that same story and some other things as well and talk to her and show her how her childhood had a lot of positive memories. A mother that loved her in spite of, a mother that believed in her, cheered for her, and she was given the liberty and the space to pursue her goals and her dreams, even if it meant that she had to do a little of extra work. But unfortunately, it also taught her that at any given moment she could lose anything, that at any given moment that the one that she trusted to be there and help her out may not be able to come through, and that she needed to be self-sufficient, self-reliant, Do not depend on anyone else. And so while her father was still in her life and loved her to death as well, she still had been traumatized by the experiences of growing up. She didn't want to ever be in a situation where she had to depend on someone, but yet she wanted to own a business. How many of you feel like this? You really would just like to get out there, beast your biz, do everything it is that you can, and then keep it pushing because no one else will take care of your baby the way you'll do it. No one else will get it done the way you will. And this doesn't even have to be your business. You could be the kind of person that's planning a family event. It could be a birthday for somebody, and you're going to talk to the caterers, go see the place. You're going to be the one who looks at the decor. You're going to sample the food and make sure it's okay. You will do everything because you believe that things will only work if your hand is in it. When your mindset is like that, you need to understand that you'll never be able to scale. You'll never be able to expand because you as a person are only capable of doing so much, and you will never truly be a full-blood business owner. You will be a person who has created a job where you do all of the work all the time. And unfortunately, when you crack and you bust and there's something that you can't do, then your business is going to fold too. Even if you automate everything, if it's 1000% dependent upon you, the moment you can't show up and there's a technological glitch and you don't have enough hands and you're not a strong enough octopus, then you're just losing out. What type of situations have you gone through that you took pride in, that you were like, yeah, even though this happened to me, look at me and look at how I turned out? I want to encourage you guys to go back and look at those situations and say, yeah, on one hand, these are the positive things that came out of me. But on the other hand, this is where I'm missing out. This is where I could be a better person. I need to have more faith, more trust. I have room to have better relationships. We all have some way in which we can improve. So for those of you that are tuning into the podcast and sometimes you hear that the topics can get really deep and you're like, I really appreciate those, but they don't apply to me because my life experiences weren't that negative. I wasn't hurt or damaged like that. Nevertheless, it's all about your perception and the systems of belief that you develop based on what happened to you when you were growing up. Take a look at them and examine them and ask yourself the same questions. Journal about it and see what comes up for you, because you may be missing going to the next level because you're held back by some beliefs because of some non-haunting trauma that happened in your childhood. Hopefully this was a great nugget for you to reflect on. Sweet, simple, and to the point. That's it. This is your girl, August Crenshaw. I'm outie.
Thank you for joining me today. Remember to cultivate a mindset that is biased towards taking action. No bitching, whining, or complaining. Here, our mantra is, real women don't bitch, we get shit done. See you next week as I continue to bring you what you need to keep your head in the game and beast your business. Don't forget to hit subscribe and leave us a 5-star review. Would you like a specific topic covered? Have a question you would like answered live? Then head on over to realwomen.don't bitch.podcast.com. Subscribe to my email list, hit me up, and I got you. Interested in being a guest speaker? You walk the walk? Then you can sign up on the website too. This is your #1 advanced mental conditioning specialist for entrepreneurs, Mrs. Raw, Real, and Relentless. Signing out. Deuces.
Inspire, empower, grab your girls and soar.